Hello, students. Welcome to class. Today, I will be talking about salts. So, here are the learning objectives. We'll be defining the term salts, we'll list and explain the various types of salts, and then we'll talk about how we can prepare salts. So, let's start with the definition of salt. When you hear the word salt, what comes to your mind? I know what will come to your mind will be your common table salt or sodium chloride. However, in scientific language, salt means more than just sodium chloride. So in science, salt refers to a chemical compound formed by replacing the hydrogen ions in an acid with metallic or ammonium ions. It is the only product formed beside water when an acid reacts with a base. So you take note of that. Here are the types of salts. We have normal salts, acid salts, basic salts, double salts, as well as complex salts. So we'll be starting with the meaning of a normal salt. Normal salts are formed when all the replaceable hydrogen ion in an acid have been completely replaced by either a metallic ion or an ammonium ion. So you can see they are actually salts that are formed by acids that are monobasic, that contains only one replaceable hydrogen ion. Examples of normal salts include potassium chloride, sodium chloride, etc. Next we'll be talking about acid salts. This is a salt formed when the replaceable hydrogen ions in an acid are only partially replaced by metallic ions. They are produced only by acids containing more than one replaceable hydrogen ion. Note that acids with two replaceable hydrogen ions can form only one acid salt, while acids with three replaceable hydrogen ions can form two different acid salts. So let's talk about basic salts. Basic salts contain the hydroxide ion. They occur when there's an insufficient supply of acid, which is needed for the complete neutralization of the base. Basic salts, they have basic properties. As such, when dissolved in water, they turn red litmus paper blue. Examples of basic salts is what you can see on your screen. We have magnesium hydroxychloride. Next, we'll be talking about double salt. Double salts are salts which ionize to produce three different types of ions in solution. Usually, two of these ions are positively charged, while the other is negatively charged. Example includes potassium aluminium tetraoxosulfate 6 duodecahydrate, also known as potassium alum. We also have chromium alum. So next we'll be looking at complex salts. Complex salts are formed by mixing together two simple salts. These salts are characterized by the formation of a new ion called a complex ion, which displays characteristics properties of its own both in the solid state and in the aqueous form. So examples of complex salts is what you can see on your screen. So next we'll be talking about preparation of salts. The method chosen in preparing a particular salt is dependent on 1. Its solubility in water, and 2. Its stability to heat. So let's look at the various methods we can use in preparing salts. So firstly, we'll be talking about how to prepare soluble salts. Sodium salts, potassium salts, as well as ammonium salts are usually prepared by neutralization of acids with alkalis. Other ways of preparing other soluble salts include reaction between a metal and an acid, reaction between a metal and a triazocarbonate 4, and also reaction between a metal oxide and an acid. So these are the various ways we can prepare soluble salts in the laboratory. You take note, soluble salts are salts that can dissolve in water to form a solution. Next, we'll be talking about how to prepare insoluble salts. So we prepare insoluble salt by what is known as double decomposition method, as well as by direct combination method. That's by direct combination of the constituent elements that make up the salt. So examples of salts that can actually be prepared by double decomposition method are silver chloride as well as calcium tetrasulfate 6 salts. Also, some metallic salts such as chlorides as well as sulfides may be prepared by the direct combination of the elements which make up the salt. So note that this method of salt preparation is confined to binary salts, that is, salts that are made up of just two elements. So you take note of that. So examples of such salts include iron 3 chloride as well as iron 2 sulfide. So these are another method used in preparing insoluble salt. So take note of examples of insoluble salts. These are potential questions that you may be asked in your exams. So take note of that.